What's up, and welcome to Tom's Podcast, Season 2, Episode 30, a weekly podcast where we sit down and chat about Tom, this guy right here, or to the left of me. We talk about his coming of age story.
Yep.
Talk about the day he lost his virginity. We talk about why he's still actually a virgin and he lied about his losing the virginity.
Very true.
People are like, these guys haven't been around for like 4 weeks, and now all of a sudden,
and that's what we're getting.
What?
Can we change the logo on the website and everything?
That's it, yeah. Yeah. But no, what's up, and welcome to the Incredible Podcast, Season 2, Episode 30. I say weekly podcast, we are normally weekly podcasts, but we have 2 breaks every year. We have a break in the summer. It's not normally as long as we just had, but with everyone being busy, we took a break and everyone took a holiday, and it was much needed. And we also have a break at Christmas because people spend time with family and they're all over the country. So, yes, we're back from our breaks. We're back every week now up until Christmas. And we look forward to jumping back into the world of indie gaming with you guys. As I said, this is episode 30.
Of season 2. Yeah.
Of season 2. It's actually like episode 100 or something overall.
Have we missed 100 episodes?
Probably,
but we changed it to a season thing.
Yeah, seasonal thing, because we're cool.
Yeah, but what it does mean is
100 episodes.
it does mean we get to celebrate episode 6. No, we won't because it's weekly. Damn it! It'll be a new season before we get to episode 69.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a complete random. We're going to do a complete random 100 episode. We might be 300 episodes in, but we're just going to go 100 episodes, and we do a year later 100 episodes.
I love it.
Every random anniversary is 100 episodes. But yes, how are we doing, guys?
We're doing good. Unfortunately, there's a wasp, and Tom is now freaking out about a wasp in the room.
Yeah.
I have a fear that it will go in my clothes. And
it actually will go in his clothes as well, won't it?
Because I don't know if that was just a Patreon thing, but that story on the bus.
Yeah, the bus and the wasp.
Ago, and the bus was very it was laser focused on getting up my sleeve.
Well, it looks like it wants out the window. But...
Sarah's the same as well. Sarah hates wasps, but yeah, there is a wasp.
I don't mind them in the wild, but in closed spaces, it makes me anxious.
It gets you anxious.
So
yeah.
But so
I love how you go so geezer at points.
Have it, guys. We are mixing things up a little bit this week because we've been away and because we've been playing some games while we've been away. Rather than doing what we've been playing, then news, then the main topic. Our main topic is going to be what we've been playing over the summer, so we get more time to just chat about the games we've been playing, which does mean we're going to open with the news. Before we get to that part. That's it. Before we get to that part, we are going to quickly plug that we do have Patreon. If anyone's interested, patreon.com/Incredible. Link in the description below. If you want to support us over there, you get exclusive pre and pro show content, and you get access to other content that we run. And also we're available on all podcast services, all audio podcast services: Spotify, iTunes, Soundcloud, Castbot, you name it, we're there. But yeah, let's jump into some news, guys.
Yeah,
it's weird.
We're doing news, but go for it.
Let's do the news.
I think this might work. This might be the new way of doing things.
It's a new way of doing things.
But first,
oh
hey, why is the rum gone, guys? It's a reference to.
Why is the rum gone?
I need more rum. Yeah.
Okay. First bit of news.
Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a reference to that. Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
There's a moment in the first film where the rum is gone.
Right.
And he says, "Why is the rum gone?" It's a very funny scene.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it justice.
You got to be there too.
You do kind of have to be there.
Yeah.
And it sort of it carries up through the other films.
Where they repeat the same joke.
It's more of a callback.
Oh, okay.
You find it funny because it's referencing the first film, and that was a funny scene, and you think, I remember that being funny.
Yeah.
So this is also funny. Cheers.
Okay, first bit of news is going to be based on The Children of Mortar, which is a game I reviewed, and the review is out. The news comes in the fact that we've kind of very quickly got, here's a release date for it, and we finally got a console release date as well.
Ooh. So
the game is out now on PC. There's a review live on Incredible.com or on the YouTube channel if you want to check the review out. I'll dive into a little bit of a snippet of that in a minute. But it is coming to consoles, all consoles, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch on the 15th of October. That's right. Is it a game you guys are interested in picking up on the consoles at all?
Yeah, I am actually quite interested. Yes, I am. I was about to say more, and then I was like, you know what, shut up, Dan.
I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the review or anything like that?
No, I don't watch our crap, so...
I've got to say, that is the only review I saw was yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I couldn't
Was
be
it a
asked
good
to watch
review?
it. Yeah, it was not bad. Well, no, it was rubbish.
Yeah.
But, I can't build him
Terrible.
up. Let's not do this. Yeah, it was a good review, but don't tell Lewis.
I won't tell him.
Yeah, okay,
But
cool.
to give context to what Children of Mortar is, it is a roguelite adventure. Please, and I say this in a review, please don't read into it an RPG. It's not an RPG game. They sell it as an RPG. It's not an RPG game. It's a roguelite adventure game based around the family. And it's the family mechanic that actually breaks it from the mould of being just another roguelite game. And they play into the family mechanic very well. You play as the Bergson family. It's pretty much, and I say this as well, the story is very generic, but it's very nostalgic of classic childhood fantasy films like Dark Crystal, like Neverending Story, where there's this very nice fantasy world, there's this weird purple goo called the corruption that's killing the wildlife, and the family are going to go out and use this magical force to repel it. And it's generic, but the way they do it isn't like, it's not in your face, but the way it's done is just nice. It's like, oh, actually, I want to do this. And they have some little scenes that are quite heartfelt, like when the family find a little wolf pup and they take the wolf pup in and things like that. So it's very nice. It's very cute. The pixel art and animation is stunning. Like I'm normally very much a critic of pixel artwork. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like.
I think I'm thinking of a different
Are
game.
you thinking of a different game?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of pixel artwork. It's a bit like you. It can be easily falled back on. I feel.
Yeah.
You can easily fall back and go, oh, we're going to make pixel artwork.
Completely with that.
Aren't we being retro and cool?
Yeah, and this,
It's very rare cases where I actually like it.
the artwork in general is nice, but then the animations are stunning. And I read apparently their animation framing is every frame. It's a single frame animation, which means it's very smooth and it's very nice. Lots of nice little whimsical scenes that happen with the pixel animation. But yeah, one I would definitely recommend. Definitely recommend. Is it
Tom's watching it now.
Yeah,
I
Tom's.
was looking at pictures. I was thinking maybe of a different game. I don't know.
Which one were you thinking?
Because I thought you played this at Res a couple of years ago.
I did.
And we were put off by the art style because it looked very generic. But not because it was pixely. It had that classic.
Well,
all the characters had big cartoony heads and the boys are small. And it didn't look very appealing.
Well, it's weird. I've played this about 4 times at events over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's always been the same demo. But the demo that they put you in is about 75% through the game.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is very odd. And the thing that surprised me about it was I was super excited for this game. And out of nowhere, they went, yeah, the game's releasing in 2 weeks on PC in 15 bucks. I was like, oh shit, can I get a review, you guys? Like, I really want to play this game. It's also very long, actually, compared to what I say very long. It took me 18 hours to finish the game.
That is long.
Which is...
For a non-RPG.
Yeah. That felt like it didn't feel like a long time because that makes me sound like I'm saying bad things about grinding. But I was taken back by how long it was.
But it's well paced.
Mostly. I'd say there's like again, it's a roguelite thing. Pacing in a roguelite is impossible because you might find the level easier than I do. So you might fly through the first chapter. I might take 10 hours doing the first chapter.
Yeah.
And then storm the rest.
And then there's also an RNG element where I might find runes that are going to make my run easier. You might find runes that make your run harder. And
What?
So...
Well, that's how it works for you, man. That's life.
Well, you know what I mean? As in, like, you're playing a melee character, but you're finding runes that benefit a ranged character, so you're not getting any benefit from them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it took me 18 hours start to finish. It was enjoyable. If I hadn't played it, I wish I played it on Switch. It's a perfect little game to pick up on Switch. Just like
as per usual.
Yeah.
As
any other game. Next up, Pagan Online. Remember this?
Yes.
Diablo-style Pagan Online?
This is the one Lewis went crazy about for a while.
ARPG.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
remembering things.
I've got like 40 hours in the game, which isn't tons, but it's like, for a Diablo game, it's nothing really. You're like scratching the surface. The only reason
first level.
Yeah. The only reason I stopped playing it was just because loads of other stuff comes out, and I pretty much got to where I could with the content in the game. Well, they kind of when people, there's a big update coming soon. Yeah, that's 1.0. Game's out, and they literally done this massive update. It was like games not early access anymore. There you go, and it's everything in the game is available now. So we have some keys coming for you guys, so you can jump on and give it a go.
Play together.
We go well, it's Diablo style games. We can play it together. It just was bizarre that they just went. Yeah,
it's out. Ta-da!
Update come in, and then people all jumped in. They were like, "It says 1.0," and the devs like, "Oh yeah, the game's out."
This is a release. Wow.
So yeah, the Pantheon is now.
But this is why they have promotion teams, and they have you know these you know.
That's why you need these things.
You need this department in your company because you can't leave it to devs.
Oh,
Because devs are like, oh yes, that what you're talking about.
I feel
And
like
you're like,
the people
no
playing
one
are like,
knew.
"Is this 1.0?"
I'm sure
It's
I
like, oh yeah, sorry, it's out
Completely
now.
forgot to say.
Matt, did you put a tweet out that we're releasing?
Oh shit, no, I forgot. Sorry, mate. I'll do it tomorrow.
But yeah, it's
3
out.
months later. Oh yeah, tweet.
Developed by Manhead Games. The Pantheon, which is like your home area, is all finished now. It has all this stuff in there. The devs have said they are going to keep adding stuff. It's a service game. It's an online game, so they can just go update. They can keep bringing stuff in. So although it's 1.0, don't feel like it's
This is the end. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
The reviews on Steam, it's very weird because you see the reviews on Steam, they seem super harsh. You see the reviews on Metacritic, they seem more fair. So the Metacritic, it's sat like an 80, and
Well,
people
so-
are like, yeah, like this game's good. It's not Diablo, but it's trying to do something different. It's trying to be its own thing. It's good. Steam are like, I'd rather play Diablo. I'd rather play
But it's
Diablo.
Metacritic. It's critics' reviews.
It's both.
But the ones
Yeah.
you're reading, probably the more fair the critics. The ones
Yeah.
on Steam, it's
Yeah.
like some guy.
The-
who's like,
every
Diablo.
review I read on Steam,
I didn't get
basically.
Diablo. They put it on phone, so I'm going to hate
Yeah.
anything that's like Diablo.
So basically on Steam, it was.
I don't know why they all talk like that, but
it
they
was-
do.
They do.
Yeah, they do,
I've
yeah.
met 'em.
They pretty much every review on it basically said that it's not. I'd rather play Diablo. I mean, I'm not a big Diablo fan, but
I don't really care.
like, yeah, I recommend giving it a go. I've enjoyed the game so
It's
far.
not, I'm not because it's bad. I just
So-
don't care personally.
I'm just sitting there thinking, you know what? The amount of games we play differently, and you can sit there and go, well, you know, I really enjoyed playing Crash Team Racing recently, so that's it. I'm just not going to play another kart game.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather play Crash Team Racing.
Mario, what? No,
I just don't want to try different things or experience the world. I found one thing that I'm adequate at. Let's
You
just
gotta remember, this
stick to
is
that.
this
It's
is
the way I like to live.
this is the Steam audience, and that is the Steam audience, isn't it? Like, we'll stay here forever. We will never leave.
I can't stand them. I get so angry thinking about them now. It's the whole epic thing.
Yeah,
Do you know that is one of our most watched video
it? What
podcasts?
ones where we get
the
angry?
podcast, you know, the podcast where we debated it,
Yeah.
and it's got equal thumbs down as it is thumbs up.
Oh,
9 thumbs
get
down,
to
9 thumbs
fuck,
up.
Honestly.
It's
Yes.
Go
Love it.
die, honestly. I hate them all.
Next up
Best
next.
bit is, I bet it's all our patrons who've done the thumbs down.
Yeah, Trev, like, oh, fucking epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done so many accounts. Just to fucking download
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Up next, Celeste. Celeste was said, when they released it, they said, oh yeah, don't worry, we're going to release Chapter 9 as DLC, and it kind of went very quiet, no one heard anything. Chapter 9 DLC is coming on the 9th of September. It's called Farewell. It adds 100 new levels to the game. Guessing by the names, the chapter's title, Farewell, it is the final chapter. It's, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into it. It's completely free, no money for the DLC. Just download it for free. And it looks to wrap up the one unanswered question in Celeste, is what they said. I'll be honest, it was over a year ago I played the game. I can't remember what the one unanswered question is.
You'll have to go back.
I played Celeste a little bit. I was like, yeah, that's impressive, and then didn't play it anymore because it's just not my type of game. I
didn't
used
play it
to
at all.
I used to love
It's free at the
those pinpoint accuracy.
Is it still free now?
on Epic?
It was free on Epic.
It was, but I don't know. I haven't been on Epic in
I'm
a
not
little
sure
while.
it's still free
Oh,
now.
well.
Always check out Epic.
Last time I checked, there was something
Abzu's
else.
free now.
Oh, Babsy.
But
I've been pre-installing Gears 5.
I got it downloaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually I need to talk to you about it after. You can get
I
it
need to talk
today.
to you about something actually.
Get what?
Gears 5. I'll talk to you about it at the
Okay.
end. You need to talk about what?
I'm talking about now.
Okay.
The end.
So yeah, 100 new levels, new mechanics for those levels, because if you haven't played Celeste, it is a challenging, it's not like a brutally challenging, it is a challenging but rewarding platformer that very much plays on like your, not so, for lack of a better term, pixel perfect navigation through levels, where you have to jump onto a platform, you have to time it right to jump to another platform, there's spikes, and you kind of get a ladder of abilities that make you more and more powerful, and they all kind of feed into another. So then when you get to the final one, you've got to do levels that require this ability and this ability and this cooldown and this and this. And the next chapter is going to add another mechanic on top of that. So it'll probably be pretty challenging to jump straight back in and try and do it, because it's going to be end game content effectively.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to chapter 8 normally, you're like, you've got 5 or 6 hours in the game. But yeah, it should be interesting. I will say, if you want to play this chapter, you have to have finished chapter 8. You can't jump in and play chapter 9. You have to finish chapter 8. If you're interested in jumping to Celeste, 9th of September on all consoles and platforms or whatever. PC, consoles, everywhere. Divinity 2 Definitive Edition got a surprise release on Nintendo Switch. They didn't market it or anything. They literally...
What's going on? Why does this keep happening?
they tweeted out yesterday saying, oh, by the way...
At least they got the tweet out.
They're like, you can get this... you can pick the game up now on Nintendo Switch. And it's 50% off on Xbox and PS4. So, yeah, that was it. Literally come out of nowhere. It released on the 5th September. So if you're watching this now and you didn't know the news, Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is available now on Nintendo Switch.
The only reason I never picked this game up was because it was one that I wanted to play with friends. And from everything I read about it is basically you can join your friend, but you don't get to keep your character.
It's weird because your brother and I played one. Remember, we tried to play one. We got like 2 or 3 hours into one, and it's so odd. Like, so you get to keep your character. Well, you have to create
the main character.
Yeah, you have to create your character.
If you're jumping in, you can't keep your character.
So if you plan to play the whole, so say we were housemates and we plan to do the whole story together, it's fine. It's no issue. We're just going to play it together.
Yeah.
But I can't, like you said, I can't grind and they can't grind. And when we come together to do quests, you can't do that. You have to create a whole set save with one person being host. And like Dan said, the host gets their character.
And keeps their character, and you're just dropping in and out as this...
If I'm being honest...
That's irritating.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't think it makes any difference to the Switch version, because the Switch multiplayer is not great anyway.
Well, there's no point in having
general,
Switch multiplayer, to be honest, because unless you're playing
you're
Mario
local.
Kart or Splatoon,
Yeah.
no one else is playing online.
So I've literally put here, I would pick it up on the Switch just to play it solo. Like, I think it'll be fun playing solo on the Switch. It is a big old game. You're talking like a 50-60 hour minimum RPG.
Yeah, it's a full-on RPG.
If you want to play all of it, apparently on How Long to Finish, it's 197 hours to complete it completely. Like 100% the game.
I haven't been alive that long.
So it's pretty big, isn't it? Pretty big. Up next, guys, Stardew Valley.
What's this?
It's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Due to its Club Penguin connections.
Stardew Valley.
Club Penguin is the mafia. Of these kind of games.
These little penguins coming in and going, hey, you know what I do? Fuck up your game.
Club Penguin.
Stardew Valley is getting free content.
Because by the time Club Penguin came out, I was way too old.
Yeah.
No, Stardew Valley is getting some more free content in update 1.4. It is getting fish ponds available for your farm, which basically they're actually a lot more than just fish ponds because they open up a whole new thing. So the fish ponds now mean that you can catch fish and keep fish, meaning you can now have fish eggs and you can harvest fish. You can have an aquarium. Well, you can have a big pond aquarium.
You can have a pond.
Pond, basically, yeah.
Which you keep your fish in.
Yeah.
Technically, if you use a glass fence in it, it's an aquarium.
Why don't you play Minecraft, for God's
And
sake?
then, and then, yeah, so it adds new recipes to the thing. There's also new farm buildings coming into it. It's the biggest update the game has received for about 6 months. So people who are into the game, then I'm sure they'll love it. I was into the game. I haven't got time to play it anymore.
And that is the only reason this thing still gets onto our news list. Is because you love the game. Because to be honest, that's not news.
It is.
You can fish in a game.
Update.
A tiny update
I
of
know
fishing.
you can fish already. You can now keep the fish.
Oh, so the
It's
entire
even
news
smaller.
is even smaller.
Well, it's better for vegans because you don't got to eat them now. You can keep them.
Vegans wouldn't even keep them, I don't think. Would they keep fish? They wouldn't fish them. They'd buy fish.
Would
Oh.
they? I don't
No,
think
but
they
they
would.
Complete side note.
They wouldn't.
They
You're right.
they don't wear leather shoes or anything with
Yeah,
leather
no,
in,
'cause
so I
they
don't think
wouldn't-
they'd want to keep fish.
Buying a
because...
fish supports the trade of farming fish, which is not
Complete
Yeah.
side note.
Go on.
Brilliant argument in the staff room today. There's this guy who just no nonsense. Like Dr. K doesn't give a shite.
Dr. K.
Doesn't give a shite.
Cool name.
And there's a vegan there. You can imagine what she's like. And
Not
he
like
was
Beyonce.
sitting there eating like beef and horseradish
vegan?
sandwich.
Yeah, did you know that?
dude.
I've told you that before.
I thought she was just a vegetarian.
No,
and...
she's vegan. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This guy was sitting
She's
there.
not that bad, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, I'm still
She's
engaged to
vegan.
her, so...
Yeah, but you're desperate.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Ladies, they're clawing at my feet. Trying to get to this. You know?
That is the best. Trying to get to this.
You're impressed, don't pretend.
Oh, I am.
You're one of them ladies.
I am one of those ladies.
Yeah.
Watch out for these claws.
they're uncharacteristically sharp for a human being.
They are, actually, yes.
This guy had a proper beef sandwich. It was beef and horseradish, and we're talking. The beef was like an inch thick, and he was like, and she was like, "Oh, I don't feel very comfortable you eating that in here." Like,
there's no need for that.
No, there isn't no need for that.
Yeah,
you're drawing attention to yourself.
I will say,
and he
do that.
And he was like,
okay.
Yeah,
So
and he was
she's
like,
an alright vegan.
Yeah, she's like a normal person.
acceptable if they exist. But anyway, he went, "Why? It's my lunch. You're eating your lunch." And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm just eating like I thought she had rice crackers and God knows what it was on it.
Rice crackers
Nonsense,
and bread.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he, anyway, his argument all, like kicked off. She was like, "Yeah, but like, do you need that much meat in your sandwich?" Like, there was no need for it whatsoever. Well, and he turned around and said, "Do you know what? Vegans are destroying the planet. I might be eating animals." She, "What do you mean?" He goes, "How much palm oil is in your food?" And then she was like, "Oh no, nothing. I don't get that stuff there." And he went, "Go on, check that packet." So she turned this rice, like what do you call it, rice cracker, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pack it over and it had palm oil in it. And he was
Most
like,
stuff does.
he was like, "You're literally destroying the planet. I can't believe you. You vegans are the worst. You eat the most palm oil out of anyone." And it's completely went into her. And I was like,
Fucking hell.
"This is amazing." I was there, like coffee and like custard cream, like so good.
Yeah.
Now
Palm
that is
oil
my
in most things.
my argument. When I was in Scotland, I kept tweeting pictures of stuff going like vegan friendly, #vegan, and it was like Bovril.
Yes, no, I saw that.
I done a Bovril one, I done a
good
haggis
food in
one.
Scotland.
And so yeah, some people were like, Brian replied, "You're such a dick."
I got it was labelled as a cheeseburger on the menu at this fish and chip shop.
Was it just deep fried?
It was deep fried,
put him-
battered. There was 2 patties.
Oh.
It was gorgeous, and it was clearly handmade patties as well. They
Oh,
weren't-
yeah.
They weren't like your like wafer thin patties you get.
The
at
only
places
thing
down
you
here.
don't get in Scotland, as in like decent in Scotland, is anything with a vegetable in it,
Yeah.
right? But if you're talking meat, you're
This
talking.
breakfast. You want to hear my breakfast? I kept
Go on.
It was this little cafe. It was called the Niche. It had vegan stuff, so I could eat there, so it was great. But it had it was this really thick white bread, so that it was homemade, I think.
Yeah.
Made into eggy bread. So inside that was bacon,
Yeah.
melted cheese,
Yeah.
more bacon, melted cheese, another slice of eggy bread in the same bread, and a poached egg on top.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
We said a
I'd
hotel.
like to
you
point
are.
out I haven't eaten since breakfast, so
I'm so sorry. I'm so
jeez.
sorry.
When we were in Scotland, we said it's a very nice hotel, like proper rural Scotland, and we went down for breakfast and Sarah looked at the menu, and basically it had pancakes. That was it for veggie, but it didn't have any V's or anything like that next to it. I said, "Oh, we just."
Wow, yeah.
I was
So
like,
if you're in rural Scotland,
I was like, "We
you
just
can visit.
ask like if they got a veggie breakfast."
Yeah.
I can't do an Scottish accent very well, but Sarah asked
can
him,
if
and
I'm
the guy was like, "No!" I just literally, "No!" and just shouted at her and just walked off. And I was like, "Yeah, get the pancakes
I
off."
like to imagine it was like this like greyed, really
No!
like chiselled old Scottish guy.
I went for a meal while I was on holiday. I can't believe we're talking about meals in this, but
That's
I went for a
what-
meal while in
Common
Guernsey,
news.
and I went and it was steak and chips with sautéed mushrooms. Now, usually I don't eat mushrooms, but I will with a good piece of steak.
Okay.
And this was quite expensive, so it was like, go for it. They came out, there was this gorgeous piece of steak, this nice things of chips, and a single mushroom. Literally one on its...
So was
you
it like
know,
a big mushroom?
No, it was
was a
about the
little piddly-
size of the end of my thumb, and it was there on its own. It's like, wow, this guy knows me.
Oh, brilliant.
Anyway, should we talk about
Should we go back to the game?
Should we go to dinner after this?
Then moving on to the final piece of news, and this one will make you both happy.
Okay.
Return of Obra Dinn is coming to consoles.
Oh, brilliant.
yes. Good.
Full, no confirmed release date.
Switch.
The announcement will be, it's coming to all consoles.
Yes.
The announcement for the release date will come soon. Lucas Pope tweeted out about it. He is the solo dev guy on the game.
Oh god, is he still the solo dev guy?
Well, he's a solo dev programmer, but he did get some help for, I think, soundtrack.
Has he got
And
help to port these?
Yeah,
to...
so
okay,
he's got, the game has been, it's picked up a publisher, and I think the reason he can't announce a release date is because they're probably going to do a flashy trailer for it from the publisher's
Okay.
point of view.
Yeah.
My prediction
I
is
bet they'll put out a tweet before it's released.
Yeah. My prediction of the publisher is Team 17. They are dominating the indie game. They are sponsored the
Good
EGX
Nottingham company, by the way.
EGX Res section.
Represent.
So EGX Res is now sponsored by Team 17.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Beth's gone. Sorry, Beth. Community manager. She left.
Fuck her.
But now Joe's there.
Nah, she's alright.
We liked Ben.
Yeah. Dedicated his games, you fucker. Fucker.
That's
I don't know. The thing is, Joe, the
I
other
can't wait
guy.
until the day I leave. One day I'll leave this because I'll have some real work to do, right?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, and Lewis will be there. You know, it's been great working with Dad, and you know, doing all of this stuff, and then Tommy there, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. That's definitely.
But Joe, who is her replacement, the new community manager, might be listening to this.
Fuck him, mate.
He
Fuck him already.
Fuck him, mate.
Sorry, Joe.
I don't discriminate.
he emailed me saying he'd been listening to the podcast and he really likes it. So there's a chance he listens to this and he's like,
Oh, Joe.
yeah. At the moment, Joe, you're all right. Tom
Yeah.
will like you, but once you leave your job,
yeah.
Fuck him.
But no, Return of
this
Obra
is where
Dinn.
we find out she now works for Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
We're stricken off their list.
Yeah.
Put on the blacklist.
Return of Obra Dinn is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. No set release date. I played the game back when it was on PC. Really, really cool little game. It was a case of, I think I played it too quickly. I really enjoyed it, but there was a middle part kind of fell down for me.
I remember you saying that it seemed
You
to
wish you'd
dip
lingered
halfway.
more.
Yeah, and
through
I think it might be because I kind of was playing like 4 or 5 hours at a time, and I didn't
Right.
need to. I could have just been like, oh, I'll play 2 or 3 hours here. I'll play 2 or 3 hours
You're
here.
like pushing to finish it.
Yeah, because I
Well,
was going to
sometimes
do.
we have to do that,
It's-
don't we?
it's
It does
definitely-
feel
Yeah,
like
so
it.
I wanted to speak about it on the
That
podcast.
can
So I
sour you
was,
more, I think.
and
Yeah.
I think that was. But I'm going to pick it up again on the Switch.
Yeah.
Harry just
wanna
pay some money for
Oh,
it. on the Switch.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe we should start putting together a list of things we need to play before the end of the year.
End of the year,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that'll be
It's definitely
probably.
gonna be on
We could do that next podcast. Actually, like our getting ready for Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah.
Like what do we need?
Because
to
we
play
are
and
about to
catch
hit
up?
quiet
I'm-
period as
I'm
all of the
very
shooters come out.
Yeah, well, that's it. Because
Yeah.
as of end of October,
Catch Quest 2's coming out soon.
indie
Play
games,
first.
indie games just die
Yeah.
pretty much after October.
Yeah.
Understandably, because
You've got no
Big
room.
boys.
yeah,
Not
basically,
our big boys.
Def-
There's
no.
different big boys. coming
Death
out.
Stranding coming. You've got
Fuck it.
Star Wars. All
New
sorts.
Call of Duty.
Yes, I forgot about
And I've
Star
got to
Wars.
say as well, New Call of Duty's looking real good.
It's
I
better than
Joel
previous ones.
Emsley's back on it.
was chatting
Go on.
to someone.
He's the guy who did the original Modern Warfare. He did Titanfall. He's
Oh, right.
he's
Oh,
basically
wow,
the
okay.
guy who did
Has
a
he
lot of
left
the artwork
Respawn?
for. Well, lots of people. Yeah, a lot of the main people left.
And he's gone back
Respawn
to
and-
Infinity Ward.
Well, you go where the money is.
I suppose
Yeah.
so.
He's got twins and a little daughter, and you
Fuck
know.
I
No.
wouldn't recommend that.
No, right, let's
I
not.
thought-
You're
Yeah.
right. Son. I was chatting to someone from TRS, the card team I'm part of,
Yeah,
and they are ex-competitive Call of Duty player.
yeah.
They basically got out of it after Black Ops 3 because they're like, this is just
Yeah,
bullshit now.
It's crap, yeah.
But they got invited to go out to the studio
Yeah.
and play the game and like and give feedback. And I was chatting to them on Discord in this meeting thing we had, and they said that it's the best Call of Duty they've played since Modern Warfare 2. They said it is
Wow.
gunplay. They said is absolutely. They said they got the perfect balance between simulation and arcade. It's the
Yeah,
perfect
what it
balance.
used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
said it. They said it felt so nice. It felt so sick. He said he cannot wait to actually jump back into it, and he's tempted to go competitive.
I'm still wary. I thought World War II was going to be great.
And it was rubbish.
Yeah.
But it was rubbish because it was so rammed full of microtransactions
Yeah.
and purchases.
The story
and that's
was
my
like
thing that I'm worried
10
about
minutes
this.
long. I was looking forward to the story in that.
Yeah.
That was like 10 minutes long.
Well, this has a
That's
full
great.
campaign as well. They've gone back to it has a full
But does
fledged
it, though?
campaign. Well,
Is it going to be 2 hours long?
they're
I'm-
saying 6 to 8 hours.
It's better.
I'm guessing it probably does because of
Well,
the
they got-
backlash they've had from the other
I hope
bits.
so.
What was the
and
last
drops.
game? What was the last Call of Duty?
Infinite?
No, it wasn't.
Was it
Infinite
not?
Warfare, it was
Oh, it was
not.
Black Ops 4.
It was Black Ops 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because that didn't have a campaign, did it? And everyone hated the
That's
idea. of
right,
having
it didn't have a campaign.
It had zombies, it had Battle
Blackout.
Royale, and it had
Yes, that's right. it had the normal
multiplayer.
online, yeah.
And people hated the fact it didn't have.
Yeah. The best Call of Duty to come out in the past 10 years has been Call of Duty 4.
I think
so-
my favourite campaign from any Call of Duty was the first Black Ops.
Oh,
I love that. That's
that
great.
one.
Yeah,
That
like,
was so
I
good.
know I
Where
get the
places
whole
didn't expect that.
Captain Price and the whole Modern Warfare was good, but I
Blackout
preferred
was great.
Blackout 1. That
Still,
part.
one.
still,
both.
still.
Oh yeah, great when the music plays.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Anyway, that's not an indie game. But that is going to take us on to, however, guys. That is the news wrapped up. So you're up to date with news. We're now going to jump into it. As I said, we had 3-4 weeks off, and we've been playing some games. We've been playing AAA games, playing indie games, playing all sorts of games. And we're going to just chat about now what we've been playing. Just go around the circle, gentle, chilled out chat. what we liked, what we didn't like about stuff. I mean, if you want to if you want to throw a AAA game in there that you put some time into and you really like it, do it. Like,
I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've played an indie game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
so
I have been quite busy. I haven't played many AAA.
kick off with a game you've been playing.
God of War. I spoke about this last time, I think.
The new one.
The original.
What proper
What,
original?
OG original, God of War 1
Yeah.
on PS1.
I'm what PS2.
PS2, sorry.
yeah.
I'm playing the remaster on PS3.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah. I stopped after I was playing it a lot, and then I went to Scotland, and then because I was away from it for ages, I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to it because I'm trying to play through the whole series,
Nice.
minus PSP ones. I don't play them. But
Can you get a PSP one on? PSP's Ascension, isn't it?
no, Ascension's. I'm not gonna play Ascension.
Oh, okay.
Ascension was the 4th one after 3, and it was a prequel.
I think everyone moaned about it.
I don't think it was very good.
No.
I'm gonna play 1, 2, 3, and then the
newest
PS4 one. Yeah. I have 3 on PS4, so that'll be the remaster as well.
Cool.
It's such a good game. It's great. It's
still-
aged amazingly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, it's so fun to play. I'm at a bit. This is part of the reason I haven't gone back to it yet. I'm at a bit that's particularly frustrating.
Right.
I'm on the trial of Hades, I think.
Yeah.
And
I never played it, so
Oh, you should honestly, and it's cheap as hell on PS3 store. It's really, really, really cheap.
I need to still play the new one. I've got the new one
Well, that's why.
Have you not
installed on my
played that?
PC, and
This is why I'm not playing the new one yet, because I want to play the other ones first. I know you don't
Get
need
yourself
to,
there,
but I'd
yeah.
rather
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the whole history of it. Trial of Hades, you're in the labyrinth, and I thought I'd done it, and I got to the door, and it's like, no, you haven't killed all the enemies in the labyrinth. And I was like, what? And then I went back all the way to the beginning, and there's this bit you can easily miss, like a broken hole in the wall on the left.
Yeah.
It's all fixed cameras. This game, very old school.
Yeah.
nice.
And it was it's got 3 Medusas, which are really a pain in the ass enemy, and like 2 Minotaurs. So all at once, it's like it was kicking my ass. And obviously, you die, you go back to a checkpoint. You don't just load from where you were,
Yeah.
like a modern game. So it's like I got to there, and that's where I stopped playing it, and I haven't gone back to it since because it's like, oh, I've got to go back
Yeah,
to that
makes sense.
fucking room again. And because not even now, I have to do that room and then the rest of the labyrinth again.
Wow.
Because I did all the
Old school
labyrinth.
games,
Yeah, but it is great.
Nice.
And the remaster on PS3 is really nice. It's
Okay.
It's just, you know, it crispens sharpens
Yes.
it up is the word.
Yeah.
It sharpens
crispens.
it up. Or crispens, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
How does it feel control-wise? Because some older games, don't they just don't control
Great.
nicely. Yeah.
Controls well. There's a very small niggle with it, is it does a lot of the balance beam crap that older games used to do quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
And you're sort of like, it's awkward because of the fixed camera angle and the controls like change per camera.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that thing where the camera changes and suddenly
Yeah.
you've got to point in a different direction.
Yeah.
It does that sometimes, and
The old school QuickTime event.
I think this might have invented the quick time event, or at least popularised it.
Okay.
Because you do that for bosses.
Oh, you
or-
do
or
that?
mini-
Yeah,
and
you
then
do.
You can do
Well,
takedowns.
again, I've not played it. I've seen
Yeah,
videos of it. Yeah.
but you can do takedowns on some of the bigger enemies that will be a quick time event.
Yeah.
And if you screw those up, then you're done. Oh, some of the enemies are like the worst.
Oh, really?
Cerberus. A Cerberus is horrible
Yeah.
because it spits out tiny Cerberus. It's Cerberus-I, and if you don't kill them immediately, they grow into full-size ones. And then the next thing you know, you're surrounded by like 4 of them, and they're all spitting out baby ones. So you have to really use your abilities to get through certain
Jeez.
enemies.
Yeah.
It's
So is it challenging, the game?
yes,
Yeah.
it is. I'm playing it on normal, and occasionally when you die a certain amount of time, it's like, do you want to switch to easy?
No.
And you're like, no, I don't. I did at the beginning because I just want to get through to I wanted to do the story.
The ultimate trolling.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, you're on normal
see-
now. That's the only way you can switch as well. You can't switch in the menu.
No,
You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
go into the menu and switch to easy. You have to do it when it asks
Complete
you. And when
Random,
it asks you, you're like, fuck you.
complete random side thing. Just you remind me of what you
Yeah.
just said. See, Hideo Kojima came out yesterday and said there is basically like Death Stranding has like a super basically you cannot die easy mode for movie fans. For people who just want to play through the story.
Oh, I might play it then.
So it's literally just a mode that, like, there's survival mechanics, everything's just turned off. It just takes you through the story,
I'm fine
basically.
with that because this is a game that's boring to me otherwise.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
game I want to watch.
Well, people are complaining about the weeing survival mechanic, and I'm like, it's a survival
You have to
game.
wee.
Yeah, you have to wee.
That's fucking stupid.
Otherwise, you can get
That's
you can get infection.
That's
But obviously,
dumb.
but weeing in that world, making noise,
Yeah.
the weird creatures come. So it's when and where.
Do you know what this is going to be? This is going to be like...
Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 5? It's exactly like they had the slightest
I've got your copy of that game.
survival mechanic, and it's doesn't surprise me. Got Wii. It's Hideo Kojima.
No, but this is like when George Lucas made the original trilogy. There was a lot of people telling him like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. You can't do that. Use your first films other than American Graffiti. You're not doing that. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Stick to this. And he was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Then you got the prequels, and it's like, George Lucas, my lord, you can do whatever you want. You invented Star Wars. Do whatever you like. And then the prequels came out, and they were shit.
So I think that's going to be the same here. Like
Probably.
Konami will kind of rein him in.
Yeah.
And now he's just like,
be like, oh yes, my lord Kojima.
I can't believe the
do as you
turnaround.
please.
It's like a 3.5 year turnaround from announcement to release for this massive game.
I don't want to say it's going to be this, but I'm worried it'll be a Phantom Menace. People will be like, oh no, this is good.
I think it will be.
What? So you think in like 10, 12 years time, people will turn around and go, no, it was really good. It was really good.
Oh. I hate Star Wars fans so much. I'm a Star Wars fan, but I fucking hate
I honestly think
they're not good films, you idiots. Watch them again, they're terrible.
I think Death Stranding will be a genuine down the middle. You'll either love it or hate it. I don't think it'll be
like a Last Jedi.
I don't even think it'll be a case of people going, oh, but it's a good game. I think people will be like, it's shit, too much, or people will be like, oh no, it's like this and this and this plays to this. Like it'll be.
I felt so immersed into it.
Yeah,
I had to
like,
piss when
I think-
he had to piss.
I was peeing at the same time.
I think that's what. I honestly think that's what you're gonna get. I think you're gonna get this real big divide of people either love it or hate it.
They can piss off, to be honest. It's going to be
bad.
yeah.
I dabbled in some, not a lot, but I want to mention it. Astroneer with your brother. We jumped in some Astroneer on the Game Pass.
I'm gonna be really cheeky.
We jumped in some.
You a beer.
Yep.
Yeah, we jumped in some Astroneer on the Game Pass. If you know what Astroneer is, it's like a sandboxy open world. Well, it's just a sandbox survival game, effectively, where you land in as an Astroneer on this planet, and you have to harvest resources. You have to build out your little pod. You have to build it out and get better and bigger and all that. And we jumped in, and the first time we played the game, I was like a complete.
Sorry, I played Death Stranding.
I was a complete troll. Your brother was
of course you were. Every game you play.
So you get this gun where you basically can terraform the land, and it sucks up stuff. So you suck up plants, and you get organic mass, and then you can save your organic mass, and then you can suck up rocks, and you get iron, or you get aluminium, or like all different. More basically, and we have to research stuff and all things like that. And first one, we were like, let's not do a tutorial. Let's just jump into this game.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want a moat. So I made this massive moat around our station, and then we realised, we need to get out to do research stuff.
Yeah.
So then, as your brother was building stuff was just falling down in the moat, and it was just, it was like, I can't do anything. And I was like, look at this. Then we were falling down the cliffs, and then we actually went back and we're like, let's do this seriously. The game was so much fun when we were playing it seriously.
Yeah.
So much fun. I know I sit here and moan about Minecraft.
Well, you do.
I do moan about Minecraft.
I mean, you've only played
This,
once.
as a co-op affair, genuinely felt like it was a co-op affair. Like, we were genuinely helping each other.
Like Minecraft.
Yeah, because Minecraft's nonsense. But like, so your brother was up the top doing all the research stuff, and he was organising the minerals, and he was doing like farming the land, and I was down underneath, and I had a little bit. But I had a little oxygen line going on, because you have to have an oxygen line going with you everywhere on this planet. And I was harvesting all the ore and all that. I mean, your brother got a tractor, so then I was like driving on the tractor, and then but the tractor has oxygen supply, but then you can connect it to another tractor and you can tow people with an oxygen supply. It's all very cute. It all works very nicely, and it feels like, the best way to think about it is, it feels like it was made by scientists, because it feels like, this should work in real life. This should work. It does work. Like, technically, if I connect this oxygen to this oxygen, it should work. But most games go, no, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah. In the rule of gaming, and it's like, no, of course you can do that. It's science.
If it makes a logical sense to do it, then you can do it.
And it was honestly, single player, I probably would get bored of it. But having someone to play it with and douche around with, it was.
Do you mean like Minecraft?
I remember this game. It looked cute. Yeah, just like Minecraft.
Minecraft's nonsense.
I remember watching the trailer and think, this is like a spacey Minecraft.
Good though. Yeah, I mean that's one of the games I played. Dan, do you want to mention something you played?
Yeah, okay. I suppose I should really talk about Witch Eye, which is a mobile game. which is a mobile game that just before I went on holiday, that we both got emails from. It's from Devolver Digital.
Oh,
It's a mobile game,
I
and
loaded
you are-
it and I went to play it on the toilet and was like, no, can't bother.
Yeah.
I hate mobile games. I can't stand them.
See, but this is the issue with the game. It's basically a platform game, except you're the eye of a witch, and you're floating around trying to get the knight who has stolen all your shit. The knight's the hero, and he's gone to the witch's place, stolen all her crap and stuff, right? So you're now in there as the eye of the witch, trying to collect all your stuff back, making your way through dungeons, fighting mini bosses, fighting big bosses. Classic side-scrolling retro gaming.
Right.
Except you fly, so it's all done with flicks. So your eye wants to move down, you flick up, you flick down,
so
flick
it
left and right.
uses being
The
on
touch
the platform
screen,
of
yeah.
a phone to its advantage, because I hate the whole...
Oh
the
god,
controls are on
I
there
hate
and they're
that.
just like
I
buttons
don't
and
play
crap.
them.
They're horrendous.
As soon as I get that, like, no, off it goes. And it's fine. As in,
That sounds alright.
I played it for a bit. I went, yeah, that's all right.
Play it on
I'm
the
not
toilet.
going to play it anymore
Oh, right.
because it's on a mobile phone.
I can't stand mobile
Do you
gaming.
remember, like, 2010?
Yeah.
When everyone was like, mobile gaming is the future. Everything's going to be on phones. Remember that?
Well, it
It
kind of is.
As
It's
long
not.
as you're
if you look at
playing,
Project X Cloud, it kind of is because you're going to be playing.
if you're playing
I still don't think anyone's going to go
Connect 3 or something where you're just going to open loot boxes and wait a couple of minutes for it to do something, then yes, gaming's on there. This game, however, should be on the Switch. This is not a bad game.
Yeah.
It's just on a platform I don't want to play games on. In fact, it's got a boss rush mode, it's got time things, it's got
So it's like
challenges.
a real game.
It's a real game,
Yeah.
just on a platform. I'm
Is it-
sitting there going,
Just pay for it. No, I know you didn't get your key, but
I have no idea, because of course once you've got the
Oh,
key,
look.
you
Yeah, you
can't
can't
see.
look.
So it's called Witch Eye.
Which Eye?
which
And
one
it's
is it?
from
Yeah,
but
he
it's from
gets it.
Devolver Digital. It is a good game, but it's on a platform I don't want to play it on.
I loaded the title screen and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered with this.
I think the other part of that
Go
really
on,
got
Steve.
me as well was I'm sitting there playing it, going, "Well, the Switch has a touch screen. Why am I not playing this on the Switch?"
Yeah. Oh, it will get it ported across because Switch is home of like mobile
Yeah.
ports.
I'm not seeing it. Is it Which Eye as in...
All one word.
Oh, okay.
Come on, mate.
Sorry.
Did you not know that?
I didn't get an email because no one
So
emailed me.
no, I don't know how much it is.
£2.79.
Oh my, it's well worth it for $2.79.
It looks very cute.
It does.
It's unlike a lot of games you will find out
Wow.
there.
It
it's
looks like a game.
actually a real
Does
game.
it not? It
Yeah.
looks like an actual game.
It does?
Yeah, it plays nicely. The
This
controls
is a case
work.
of pixel art looking nice as well.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not-
as I said, I mean,
yeah.
to me, this is your classic SNES game,
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
which is
It's-
now on
it's-
Nintendo
no one's-
Switch,
oh,
which is
hell yeah,
freaking
it is.
awesome.
Is the knight the final boss?
I don't know. I haven't got there.
Because
as I
let you know when
said-
he gets to the Switch.
If it wasn't for the fact I'm on my mobile,
Yeah.
I'd play it a lot more. But because I'm on my mobile, I play it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I go off and do other things,
It's highly reviewed.
and then you come back.
But it's got 1K plus downloads, which isn't really that many.
Not many, is it? No, but it's a paid game, isn't it? So
Yeah.
people don't
It's a
really...
pay game, so they're going to
On
avoid
mobile.
it for
It's
a bit.
rated by Peggy, so yeah, I
Oh,
say
there
that's
you
a
go.
real game.
Yeah.
The other bit about it that is nice if you are playing it on phone is levels are short.
Okay, so you can do it.
So you
in
can
one
do
shit.
it in like I'm just going to
One
jump.
bit, 'cause that's the only
Yeah.
time you play phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
One dump.
In
Yeah.
a single shit.
You go through. Oh, I've just completed that level.
That's part of the reason I stopped trying to play auto
Oh, I've
chess
got
games.
mini
'Cause I was like, I've been here for ages now. Like, oh,
Nah,
fuck
Your
this.
legs
suck
are
at
numb,
auto
you know.
chess.
I do suck at auto chess. I was talking to Bro about it. There's a reason I suck at auto chess. I'm shit with money management. Well, I'm happy to admit it.
No, that game is a money.
That game is a money
really.
management game.
That
And
sounds like no fun.
I get
It
so
is. It's quite good, but you've just got to
I
manage
get
your
so
money.
bored of it. I'm like, oh, just fucking throw everything on this guy. Like, take this guy out. All these fucking minions can do whatever they want. And then I'm like, what am I losing? What am I losing? God, game shit.
I don't deserve this.
Shit game. Fucking broken.
But yeah, Witch Eye, definitely something to look out for when they do port it, and it's Devolver Digital, so they will.
Hopefully they will.
And at that point, definitely go for it. $2.49,
$2.79.
$2.79. If you want to have a look at it, it's well worth that money because you will get your money.
It's on
and it's better than any other
iOS
game.
and Android.
Yeah, it's better than
And you know
any
that's gonna
game
be
I've played.
That's going to be more money when it's on Switch.
I'll be
Yeah.
at least a $5.
Yeah.
You play anything
double
else?
that cash.
Play anything else, champ?
Probably.
Do we just go?
Go for it.
I'll mention a quick game now. It's not an indie game actually, but I want to mention it because it's going to go under the radar, I think. I was very lucky to get a key for this. Didn't expect the key. They come out of nowhere, contacted me, but I got a key for Control, Remedy's new game.
Wow, cool.
The guys who made Alan Wake and
It looks
Quantum
very
Break.
cool.
The game is, in my opinion, genuinely contender for a game of the year. It's mind-blowingly good.
Wow.
It is, like, I went into it, like, so Alan Wake's great. Not played it for 11, 12 years, so
I forgot about that.
in my head, it's great. I don't know what it's like now.
It's probably still pretty good.
Quantum Break was fine.
The best game.
Now, Quantum Break was brilliant on paper and idea and visual delivery.
Yeah.
The issue with Quantum Break
You
was
hated it.
they gave you everything at once. Like, you started off and you're like, I'm super powerful, this is so cool. An hour in, you're like, oh, I'm kind of bored now because I've got all my abilities. I can do everything. Like, and the story, that's fine if you're going to give a story or a narrative that is, like, fucking amazing to pull you through. And it was fine. The story was fine.
It didn't look interesting to me, that game, when it came out.
The best way to explain Control is, it is basically, they've taken everything that people liked about Quantum Break and it is the perfect sequel. It's not an actual sequel. You don't have to play Quantum Break. Yeah. It's a perfect thing going, okay, well, do you know what? People really didn't like this about the game. Let's just scrap that. Let's scrap that. Let's scrap that. And they put it in. So you play as the CEO of this company and you have these psychic abilities, basically, and it's the whole way the game's built down. And you earn them as you go through the game. You can slow times down. You can interact with the environment. It's just, you feel super powerful the whole way through, while the game remains a challenge. If that makes it, it's a very nice balance of, I feel like one enemy wrecked them, but then the game will throw, the fights end up being puzzles. In terms of, I go into a fight and I'm like, okay, there's two guys over there who are ranked, they're like gunners effectively, so I need to make sure I get over here because they're going to shoot. I can slow time down and dodge their bullets. I can deal with the melee guys here. Then I can pull this wall down onto them guys over there, and it becomes this kind of puzzle.
Yeah.
And then they actually start bringing environmental puzzles into the game, and you're just like, what? I did not expect this here. And it keeps going. And the best thing about the game, by a mile, is its pacing. Quantum Break overstayed its due. It had that classic case of, we're a AAA game, we need to give you a 15-hour game. And it's like, no, don't do this because...
You've been good at 8.
Yeah,
I think that's why I wasn't appealed by that game, because it was very, we are AAA.
It was very
look what we can do.
long-winded.
Yeah.
This, 8 hours, eight and a half hours. And when it ended, I was like, wow. Like, I put the controller and I was like, wow, that was so good. I've done it in 2 nights.
You recommend we both play this?
Well, it is expensive because it's a AAA game.
Yeah.
I think it will come to Game Pass
So
soon.
it can't be indie game. So
No, it's not indie game.
Well, yeah,
so it can't be indie game.
But I
I
will
will enjoy it, AAA.
But I will say,
No, I don't play anything unless it's indie.
I'm sorry, I'm so
I
sorry.
I will not use anything but Steam.
I will say this will be on Game Pass soon because it's Remedy are a Microsoft studio.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Sweet.
yeah, I just people out there, like, people have been looking at him, and I've seen lots of people on there going, this game looks kind of cool. Like, genuinely is. I was blown away. I went into it with, like, thinking I'll play like 2 or 3 hours probably, and I just get an idea of it. I mean, it was like, oh shit, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I should probably go to bed. And then the next night I was like, finished schoolwork. And I was like, I need to get home and finish that game. I need to finish this game. And it was just.
It's not
brilliant.
common you get that these days.
No, it was. I've not played Gears 5 yet. It's the best third-person game I've played for a long time.
Cool.
Like, third-person action game I've played for a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just cool. But yeah, not an indie game, but I wanted to say that anyway because a game like that, I want Remedy to make more stuff. Remedy are great. Yeah, Quantum Break was a slip and it was a dip, but bring back Alan Wake 2.
Bring back Alan Wake 2 specifically.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of Alan Wake. I liked the concepts. I just didn't think the finish, the execution.
Is it weird?
was
I
there.
really enjoyed watching Alan Wake.
I just like the torch.
That's
mechanic.
how you should.
The torch
yeah.
mechanic was really.
But that's it. I like the mechanics. I don't think the game was executed well.
No.
I watched, I think, 2 different playthroughs of that game.
It's a good game. I
never played it. I just enjoyed watching
Well, no,
it.
yeah,
It's
it
fun
looks
to
good,
watch. Yeah.
and it was one of those. It's a story. It's a good story,
Yeah.
but when you play it, you're like, this isn't quite right. It doesn't.
It's a shame.
Cool. Danny.
Okay. See, because I played a lot.
Wow.
So some of them,
It's the
I will.
opposite of me.
So let's go with another one I was given just before.
Okay.
Just before I went. I think it was just before I went. I don't know.
Just before we
At some
stopped.
point. Yeah, just before we stopped, and it's a game called The Ultra Code, which is
Lucky
about. Yeah, you sent me the code and went, Dan, here's a code.
I always just do that. I just go switch code, Oh, don't tell him
Oh
what
no,
it
this
is.
was a yeah. No, I get it.
PC code. He's
and
like,
I'm like, what is this?
I get told.
I don't get told. I just have to
sometimes
load
get
this
like
up.
a press release.
No, I get nothing. So I'm then sat there waiting for this thing to download. And so this one was even better. So I got it. It's a Steam code because I only use Steam.
oh, I do remember this one, the
Right.
World War II thingy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember?
Oh, cool. This sounds cool.
So Ultra
Yeah.
was the name of the machine used at Bletchley Park to help decipher codes. And you've got to wire the Ultra machine so that it can decipher codes.
That sounds great.
And you are learning binary to
Oh.
figure out how this
Wow.
works. It is fecking brilliant.
It sounds cool.
To the point of, I mean, visually, it's an indie
whatever,
game. You know, don't expect to come out of it going, man, the story really took me and the character development. Yeah, yawn, whatever. But actually, the binary mechanics, the setting up of this machine to slowly break codes, and it takes you from learning one letter to learning pretty much the machine. And you're just there going, I'm a freaking genius. I should have been there at the end.
Exactly. I could have.
I could have done this. Oh, I became hooked to the point of, right, so this wire is
Do you want to
my
go for this?
wire is my
go,
one.
yeah.
So this is my yes, this is my no. It's going.
Can
So
you get him a Hell Let Loose code, by the way?
I've
He's
got
got
one.
it.
I've
Oh,
played
why
it. That's
aren't we
another
playing?
game we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We should be playing together. What's wrong with you people?
Well,
I finished the game.
We've been
finished
been
the
away
game.
for a while. Anyway, let me finish Ultra Code.
I'm
and we
sorry.
have
Yeah.
Hell Let Loose. So you can do that in Hell Let Loose. Not Hell Let Loose, Ultra Code.
Ultra Code,
But
yeah.
you've got to decipher it using
And then
Ultra.
you go,
This
Yeah.
is a yes!
It
This
is-
is a no!
Yeah, exactly. Ja and nine.
So, yes.
Nine.
Zia. Zia.
No, no.
German's terrible. It's Zia.
No, it's not. Right, but it's a game. It's a puzzle game. All you've got is a
Yeah, it
puzzle.
sounds great.
So you get a series of binaries. So it'll be 0, 1, 1, 0, and you've got to make sure that it'll end in the start place going. So yes, no.
Does it slowly
No,
build
yes,
up
yes.
in you learning this, or do you have to have some knowledge when you go in?
It slowly builds up, but it helps having knowledge. If I
Right.
didn't know the concept of binary
Yeah.
before going in, I don't think I would have played it. As in, I'd
Okay.
gone there and gone, oh, don't get it. There's coloured wire. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to go play FIFA. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas,
Zinedine Zidane. Zidane.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Favorite player, mate.
Yeah.
I love Liverpool.
Jar Jar Gabor. That was always my favourite player. Played for West Ham left field.
Yeah. He played for the Eagles, mate.
New York Saints. But it's one of those games that if you like puzzles, if you like the whole Bletchley Park, World War II, that sort of
sounds
thing,
really cool.
you're going to love this. It's going to irritate you because sometimes you'll get lists of like 25 different streams that your computer has to answer each one and get it correct for. And there have been times I've got to 24 and it's like, oh, I've got this. And then the 25th turns up and it's like, no, what do you mean no? And then you sit there staring at this screen and then you go, right, okay, so this one's a yes, that's a no. But if that says no, that goes to the yes over there on B. But if B has a yes that turns up, then it's a no. And then you're just like, I don't know how I live any. There are also moments where you feel like a fucking savant.
Of course,
And you're
yeah.
like, I see the world.
It's like
As
there's
numbers.
numbers
The
appearing
Matrix
around you,
has
yeah.
just appeared, and you just create this machine, and it works. And you're like, I know kung fu. Fuck it, and it's yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the Ultra Code. It's on Steam, and I can't. Did I write down who it
The
was
master
by?
race of PC gaming.
Jack Gloins and Flying Interactive, and it was.
Sounds very cool.
It was a game that when I got the code and I saw it visually, I thought, oh, what shit has he sent me? This is going to be crap. And then it gives you a text and you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. You can do World War II.
I'm normally pretty good at sending down codes.
And then I got it and I was like,
once.
whoa, this is fucking...
That is cool.
And then I lost myself in it for a while.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's what
so-
you want. Did you listen to 1940s music as you played?
No, because I got so lost in it, I forgot that the world was around
Oh,
me.
I see.
And I got obsessed with trying to get these fucking machines and dials working.
You should listen to like Blitz ambient noise. Distant explosions.
Anything you want to speak
Chip
about?
in with
Once
what you played?
again, I'm not. I feel bad because I've been playing this.
Me and you, mate, and he
I
can
played-
chip in with what we're
Quick
playing.
plug. I'm super happy with
go ahead,
myself.
Podcast.
Super happy with myself.
Yeah.
Not an indie game.
Yeah, the good old.
I've done everything I can possibly do, bar a couple of things, on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, well done.
Well done.
I've got all the trials, all the characters. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't hit character cap level on every character. I mean, it's
So you're lying then. You haven't done everything.
that's the only thing. But the only reason I haven't is because
You're
there's
weak.
no content to play now. I've done it all.
Well, there's the rest
But-
of the game.
The
Just play it
update,
again.
for the update, I've played through the story 6 times.
We'll do it again.
Keep
doing it till you get max
I
level.
stopped because they have announced the update, and now the whole Disney thing is now one thing.
Right.
They've announced the new DLC characters. How the Duck is coming. I
Nice.
was like, yeah!
Excellent.
Blade is probably one I'm most excited for.
Yep.
But they're also bringing an endless survival mission to play with online with other people, and I'm like, well, that's perfect to grind out character levels. So
Yeah.
that's why.
I'll let
But
you
anyway, that was just I was happy.
played
with that.
Spider-Man
I was like, do you know what? I might do
again.
that.
Nice.
I had my mate Charlie down from Manchester, and
Can I tell you a dirty secret?
I'd love you to.
I haven't finished Spider-Man.
Have you not?
No.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, well, fair enough. You don't finish it.
I want to. I just haven't had time to.
Well, you should.
I've not platinumed it. I wanted to platinum it, but I just got bored of it. I'm going to be
platinumed
honest. I got bored of the platinum. It just was another Ubisoft go to this area.
It's
clear
the
this
first
guy.
game I ever platinumed.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the first game I've ever wanted to platinum.
My first platinum was Need for Speed.
Oh, I've got
I
platinums.
think
in,
mine's
like,
Ratchet and Clank.
I've got Telltale games because they're easy platinums. I got by accident.
No, yeah, it was Ratchet. I thought for a moment it was the Terminator game where all you had to do was complete the game,
And you get a platinum.
and you get a platinum for
Or
it. 'Cause
Terminator Salvation.
I can't remember which
That's
one.
actually
It
a pretty good game.
Folly will know because
No,
Folly,
it was-
Folly's a trophy hunter, so he'll know what are easy
was,
plats.
all you had to do was finish the game. You could play the game on easy as well,
it's
and you just had to
Telltale
finish
games
each
are
level.
exactly
What's the
same.
game? There's a my name Mayo, my friend Mayo. There's a game where you basically click for 45 minutes and you get a platinum. It's like it's a companies put games out there for the trophy hunters,
Yeah,
and they're like, well, people will buy this because they want an easy
Easy
so
platinum.
on the
yeah.
easy platinum.
So that I think Sony have actually increased what you have to put out to get a platinum trophy in your game now.
Good idea. Yeah.
Because to stop people going, just press this on a jar of mayonnaise for 45 minutes and get a platinum. Before he said he'd done it, he was really hungover and he was like, I got a platinum, sweet. Productive day.
What did I say?
yeah,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Sorry.
So he came down and it's a thing we used to do when he lived in
Pass
Helsham.
controller.
Yeah, we'd play a single player game
brilliant.
together and
Yeah.
we'd be like, so I'll do the first mission and he do the second mission.
Yeah.
We go back and forth.
So
and
good.
He never played it, so we went back and forth. It's weird playing that game and not doing any of the side stuff because it's only here for a limited time.
And the side stuff has got, it like feeds into the story even
Exactly.
more. Yeah.
There are times where a mission would just be introducing more side stuff you could do.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the game.
Are you
Taskmaster
itching? Are
shows
you
up.
like,
Well, because we didn't even do crimes, and because you don't do the crimes or get the backpacks or anything, you don't get tokens, so you can't level up.
Oh,
so it's almost
God.
playing it in a harder way because we're not adding suit abilities and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And it was really interesting to play it that way. We did it. You can do it without doing. We did a few here and there because there are times where he's like, "Oh, I better go clean up the city for a little bit," and that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
a mission.
oh yeah,
So you do like a crime where you get a couple backpacks, and then it's like a real mission pops up.
Yeah.
But it's a really great game to sort of just push through.
Yep.
Like, because we played it over the course of one evening, and we went to bed, and then the next morning we straight away got back into it, and it's good fun. Good fun. It's a good marathon sort of single player.
How long was it to get through? Like just pretty much going home.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I think it was about 25 hours when I played it, but that's because I was doing
Yeah, it's
all the side
definitely
stuff
not
along
that.
the way.
I don't know. Maybe
12, 15?
no. I don't know if it's even that. Maybe
Really?
10, 9 or 10. Because the side stuff really adds a lot. Because obviously you've got side missions,
Yeah.
you've got crimes, you've got backpacks, you've got landmarks, and you've got other stuff. I'm sure Taskmaster
The
missions.
research
Yeah.
facilities.
Well,
Yeah,
he-
research facilities. Didn't do any of them. So we didn't do like probably it's like 60% of the game that we didn't do. But the story itself is obviously good enough that you can just push through on that. And it was when we finished it, it was very satisfactory. We were like, hell yeah!
Nice.
It's been so long since we've done. The last time we did that, I think, was Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
The last time we managed to get through a whole game together.
God, when I used to do that with Uncharted at uni, we'd play through the Uncharted going,
Oh, it's great.
Like this.
It's a great game to do it on.
Yeah.
We started 4 a couple of years ago, but we never finished it because we had to go back. Because that game's longer than you think.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of gravel in his butt.
We'll probably try again in a few years. Because we tried to do Bioshock once, but then you're like, nah, that game's too big.
That is long, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is long. Danny Boy, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Let's make sure I've done all the ones I need to before we hit that one. Oh, I finally got 2 games I completed while I was away.
Yeah.
I finally finished She Remembered Caterpillars.
Ah,
so they did the update.
Yeah.
So I played this. It's a
Puzzle game that you
beautiful
couldn't
little
finish.
puzzle game that I got to
Was that
level
what I got?
36. No, this was. I mean,
it?
This
Yeah.
is ages ago.
this was seriously ages ago. Near the
What,
start
2
of
years
the year.
ago?
No, near the start of this year.
All right.
They brought the game out. I'd been looking forward to it ages because the art style is wonderful and the puzzles were great. And I'd followed it from its point on Kickstarter, I think it was, or something like that. And
I think it was Fig, actually. I think it was a Fig game. But,
could be.
Yeah.
But I'd followed it. I'd looked how they'd grown, and I'd finally got this game, and I was really excited. And I played it, and it was a game that even my wife would then be sitting there going, "Oh, do this," and all of a sudden it became this co-op game. You know, like those really good puzzlers do. You start talking to each other, and,
Yeah.
like when you have to write notes and do
Yeah.
shit like that. And it
That's
has
the good shit.
I love
And
that's how Corin had that with you. So the only one any game Sarah's ever had input with me is The Witcher.
oh, yeah.
The Witcher 3.
Where she's just like, keep
Yeah.
playing. I
Oh,
want to
say this, say this. I'm like, I don't want to say this.
I'll say what I want.
Yeah, she
I'm
always uses
Geralt, not you.
always the nicest option. Well, say you love her. Fucking right. Okay, darling.
Oh,
So-
weakness. Don't do that. You should do the opposite of what she said.
They released a patch for the game,
Mm-hmm.
which basically meant I could finally finish it. And then, so I sat there over the holidays and I finished this game, and it didn't. And so finally, I can turn around and say that She Remembered Caterpillars is an absolutely brilliant puzzle game. It's very clever. You've really got to work it out, think it through. It's sweet. These little creatures that are kind of like flower pixies, and you've got to change their colours and move them onto pads to make sure they go
I
through.
remember, but yeah,
bits
visually
and-
it's very appealing and nice.
and I finished it. There is a story with it, but to be honest, the story was.
Isn't it to do with like trauma or?
Yeah, it's another one of these ones.
course it
Either
is, yeah.
someone's in a coma or blah blah
She
blah, and you
remembers
slowly.
caterpillars.
She remembered caterpillars.
I don't know about caterpillars right anyway, so to remember.
But
Wouldn't it be
was-
ironic if they dropped the patch and it was too hard for you to finish?
Yeah. No,
I'd love
I've
that
got
if you
to
were
say,
like,
I got
gotta
to the
finish this now,
I got
it's
to
fucking
the
the
very
fucking
last
fucking
level.
brothers.
I got to the very last level, and usually they'll introduce something, and it's a very simple thing to do, and then it will slowly get harder. So usually they'll introduce a mechanic, and you'll build through.
Yeah.
And then very last
I
level,
don't know if this is at all.
there is a brand new mechanic,
Really?
and I'm just sitting there going, but that guy. There's no way of saying this without it sounding racist, but that guy's
Here we
black.
go.
Well, all of them are colours. You've got a blue one, a red one, a yellow one, and you're like, okay, if you take the colour away, there are these weird little white things that move around, and then you get to the final level, and there's this little black one there, and you're like, I don't know how he works. What does he do? How
Just
can
like
I move
real
this
life.
around? and then he can move across bridges but can't go through the gates, and you're just like, but this is the last level. Why do this to me now?
Oh,
Yeah, I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. The other game that which I actually got to sit down and play, and I was irritated by, was no thanks, I'm good there. Cadence of Hyrule. So
Oh,
this
yeah,
is Crypt of Necrodance.
Yeah.
So I finally completed that now. I've sat there, I've gone through, I've got all the secret characters, I've got nearly everything. And the only reason I don't have everything is because of RNG. The one thing that really ruins this game, which is, having completed it now and been through it all and found the secrets, a brilliant game.
yeah.
It is really
I
good,
actually finished that
but
over
it is
summer as well.
ruined by RNG.
Why does that exist in any game?
Because it's this belief by making these things change, it'll extend the game. It'll give the game more validity, and it doesn't need it. This game doesn't need it.
It makes me stop
If they
playing.
had a set
That's what it
map,
does.
and just had the rest of it going, it would have been wonderful.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
would have been in contention for Game of the Year for me, because I love the way it moves. I love the music.
You have to get your head
I
around
think the
it
very
first,
final
but
boss was weak. I think the one just before the final boss
Did you
was
find
really good.
it started pretty challenging and got super easy by the end?
Yes.
It was like, because I done the same when we were in Scotland.
This Cadence of Hyrule we're talking about.
Yeah, I was going through my library and I was like, what can I play? Like, I want something to just play around with. And I found that and I said, I've actually finished that. And I was on, I don't know, I was like 4 or 5 stages into it, I think, or something like that. And I jumped on it and about 6 hours left to play on it. And Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it got so easy. At the end of it, it was just like, really? Like, it was very bizarre. It was like that. It was literally the...
That's really weird.
It did the classic thing that you used to always get in old games, where the guy just before the boss was super fucking hard. And then you get to the final boss and you're like, oh, well, but you're dead.
Is that supposed to make you feel like you're the most powerful now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know what...
It's funny.
It was very good though, like you said.
Speaking of Bioshock, they do the same thing.
Yes, yeah,
like,
it does.
It gets harder and harder and harder, and you have the boss, and he's like the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, because by that point you're super powerful.
Yeah, you're a big daddy, aren't you?
Yeah. You're just like, oh, I've won.
It lasts like 2 seconds.
The music's great, isn't it?
The music's great. It goes back to all the Zelda bits.
Yeah, I mean,
but they've got a real nice beat to it, and they do this gorgeous bit between when you're in battle and when you're out of battle. So it's the same tune, but there's a slight difference to it. And
do you think this is better than Crypt of the Necrodancer?
I
haven't played Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I preferred it, but only because it has nostalgia of Zelda music. I think.
Right.
Like
does it go across
Crypt of the Necrodancer, I couldn't give a toss who those people are.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was actually playing.
It's music you recognise.
Yeah.
You recognise.
Yeah.
The bad guys you recognise.
Enemies you recognise. And,
you know.
Or Link to the Past is now on the Switch.
Yeah, I know.
You heard this? They got Super Nintendo games on the Switch now for NSL19.
So Nintendo Switch Online used to get free games every month. And it was NES games.
And they just updated the library. Now they've got the first part of SNES games on there.
I mean,
got Mario Kart, Mario,
cool,
F-Zero.
They could have done this a long time ago.
They should have done this a long time ago.
Super Metroid. I've not played Super
Metroid. Wii, is it Virtual Console?
Yeah, but Virtual Console not a thing anymore. You just get them for free.
Right.
By paying £20 a year.
Yeah.
Something like that. Is Super Metroid the one that you said I should play? Not Metroid. Because I tried to play Metroid on the NES version. Played like an hour of it and was like, I'm not fucking playing this game. It's ridiculous. Like,
Metroid is the one I think you should play. But
on NES?
Yeah.
Nah, nonsense.
Why?
Because you find it too
hard.
Because
it's difficult.
Yeah.
It is it is like, and like you said earlier, I die. Oh, do you know what? You're going back at the start of the level, half an hour then, mate.
To be fair.
Fuck off.
That is bullshit.
Fuck off.
But, what were we talking about?
You were talking about Cadence Hyrule.
Cadence Hyrule. If it wasn't for the... So I looked up online because I'd completed the game, I beat the boss, and you get to kind of go back and try and make sure you've got everything. So I've got the secret character, and I got the bits like that, because I knew there were bits there in between. And then I went online and I found out there was actually a secret shop that you can only get to by getting out of the map.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And to get out of the map, there's only a certain way of doing it, but you can only do that way if the configuration of the map is in the right place. And that is due to RNG. And I'm sort of like, well, my map isn't laid out like that. I can't do these different routes because my map's not there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fucking play again just to get that one bit.
Well, that's horseshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And there are certain treasure chests I can't get. And I'm not ever going to get. Because, as I said before when I talked about Cadence Hyrule, one of the problems is that it is a rhythm-based game.
Yeah.
And that you can't actually set the rhythms properly. So you've got to defeat the bad guys while staying in rhythm to open certain chests. It has to be perfect. You've got to kill all the bad guys on the screen while staying in perfect rhythm. And I can't get those because as I play, and I've even tried to cheat it, you know, so I will stay still and only attack when it's on the beat because I know the patterns of the attackers.
Yeah.
And I will hide in corners. I'll do all the little cheeky tricks I used to do from years and years of playing FPS games like Doom and all of that. You learn the little stupid ways to get round bits. And there'd always be oh, you've missed a beat. And you're like, okay, I spent years as a drummer, many, many years as a guitarist in a band.
Yeah.
I don't have perfect pitch, but my timing's pretty damn fucking
good. What you're finding out now is this whole time you've been a bad drummer.
No.
Guitarist of zero rhythm.
No. I'd like to point out I wasn't a good drummer. That's how come I became a guitarist.
Makes a lot of sense.
Right?
You were trying to strum the drums.
I did the Van Halen version of this. Van Halen started as a drummer. Went, fuck that noise. I'm gonna go off and be a guitarist.
You're just like Van Halen.
I'm just like Van Halen.
I've always said that. I've always said that.
Yeah.
You
all the time.
Even calls you Eddie when you.
I do. Yeah.
Eagle Edwards, right?
Yeah. No, I do agree though. Cadence Hyrule is good fun. I didn't do as much as you. I didn't get any order extra. I just literally done the game and was like, cool, that's done. Brilliant. I don't feel so bad now that game's in my library and it's not finished.
That's what I would have done.
So
I went round and found the other bits because just like you said, there's a point it becomes really easy,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, this is easy now. Well, I might as well explore everything and see what secret bits are in the hidden woods. And
Is this
because...
canon to Legend of Zelda, or is it just sort of a bit
Oh
of a
no,
funny
no,
little
this is a
side
bit of
thing?
fun.
It's
It's
fun.
yeah.
So what is it? Is it based off a specific Zelda? Because they're quite different, a lot of them.
Well, no, it takes bits from loads.
Yeah, you get
Right.
different.
So you've got Ocarina of Time in there,
I assume
and
it'd
Link's
go through that kind of
Awakening.
stuff.
There's no set or set.
Yeah.
Zelda, no.
It's just sort of.
It doesn't really
It's
do
all
Majora's
of it.
Mask, does it?
Well,
It doesn't do.
surely, well,
um,
Majora's Mask got
so.
some of the most iconic music.
Yeah, it's cool music, but I don't think it does.
Weird.
Ocarina
I
of
don't
Time,
know.
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
Link to the
there.
Past, definitely.
Yeah. Wind Waker.
Yeah, it's got the boat music from Wind Waker.
Okay. Minish Cap.
Um,
Well, that's a cracking one. That's a good one.
So, what other games you've been
Oh,
playing?
come on.
all right,
That's a
I'm
great
gonna
game.
finish up with this game because it's a game that the review will go live on Monday with the day saying that this goes. A game I've been looking forward to for a while called Blasphemous. It's from Team 17.
Interesting.
It's a now
I'm
what
going to do a Tom and look this one up
It's
because I
what's-
recognise that name.
so it's a Kickstarter game. It's what's billed as a pixel perfect, hardcore challenging action platformer.
Sorry, I've just got a text from Lewis saying tonight's main topic is simple: what we've been playing over the summer. That's really useful to get
That's
right
good
now.
of you, Lewis. Thank you. I'm glad you sent that to him just then.
Yeah, I know.
That's definitely my phone's the problem.
Definitely is.
My phone's the goddamn problem.
It is.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, it is your phone.
Yeah.
So the game releases on Monday on all platforms.
Everything.
Everything.
Epic. My preferred
Yep.
store.
Yep, everywhere. And I've been jumping in and playing the game. Now, the game as an action platformer is very good. It's very tight. It's it's the game that you can turn around and say it's a 2D Dark Souls. Like, there are two issues I have with the game.
Right.
Now, I'm going to get the issue out of the way before I go into what I like about it. The game is, hence the name, like, so full of religion.
Well, I mean, you'd expect.
To the point of where I'm, like, it opens and it feels intimidatingly overwhelming. Like, I'm
Much like religion.
I literally have no care for religion. I don't disagree with religion. I'm just not fussed by religion whatsoever.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like I'm being judged for not knowing anything. And they're calling the main person you play is the penitent one, and you playing it. They're all this penitent one,
Saint Dismas.
and I don't know. And it's talking about this person and this person, which I think if someone knew what they're on about, they'd go, "Oh, okay, this is it." And I'm just going through.
Read the Bible. What's
And
wrong
I'm going through. So all you want me to do is you want me to kill this weird monster thing over there. Brilliant, great, whatever. The main idea is there's been this weird sin that has occurred, and now this kind of plague fallen upon the lands, and you have to go through and kill these 3 gatekeepers. Is the easy way I'm
So
describing
it's not
them.
based off any Bible story.
I don't know. I
Doesn't
don't
sound
know.
like
Fucking
it,
know. I've
does.
never read a Bible story in my
Yeah.
life.
How?
Because like when I was
You
young,
at school.
no, I didn't do anything at school. The only thing I
Oh, that explains
PE
so much.
teacher.
the only thing I'd done to do was anything religious at school was every
Nativity.
day before. No, we didn't even do a nativity play.
What?
Every day before lunch, we had to sing the whole world in his hands. In the queue, we
What
all
school
had,
did you go to?
advert?
we had to go. We got the whole world in his hand.
That's really weird.
In the queue for lunch, and then they would let us go sit down for lunch.
What?
That was all we done.
This is a real school you went to.
Yeah, we had plays at Christmas. We never done a nativity play.
What did you do?
So we done one year. We done like a Victorian play, which was basically
What? A Christmas Carol.
no, it was like a Victorian talent show as a play, and it was like a strong show scene on there, and there was these like bicycle penny trick.
This is weird, right?
This is really,
really
weird,
weird.
yeah.
I know, and I grew up, and that's why when I
And we're like, the thing is, it's not like a generation thing.
No,
'cause I'm younger.
I'm a lot
I know,
older.
I know,
And also, from the age of 6 to like 16, I was in Milton Keynes, the same sort of time that you were going through your
but
primary
I
phase.
went to a very rural, weird little.
Which means that it
It
would
should
be
have been
more
more
Church of
religious.
England.
Yeah.
More sort of
Maybe.
like, sleep with your sister and praise the Lord. You know?
I don't know, but like, I find it weird now when like teachers at school are like, oh, I need some more because I've got to watch my daughter in a nativity play. And I'm like, fuck off, it's a nativity play.
Whoa, come on! It's about the door. It's about who cares about Jesus?
Oh, so what? Well, it's not a fucking groundbreaking performance, is it? It's gonna be shit. It's gonna have some like weird alien come down in the middle of it, like some kid who no one likes and he's the absolute loner was given a role, probably the shepherd, just to carry a bit of frankincense in.
All right, look.
Shepherds didn't carry the frankincense, but that
Told you.
obviously
Sometimes
shows
The Three Kings. The Three Kings.
Yeah.
Right?
The Three Kings carried the frankincense
Oh my god!
and myrrh and something else.
On a different
Frankincense,
tangent.
and gold.
Told
On a
you.
different tangent, right?
Yeah.
We had to do some training, and it's to do with nativity, and it was a big bit, and he was talking about watching a show that these kids had done, and the kings had come in, and one of them went, "Oh, my Lord Jesus, Joseph, I bring you gold,"
Yes,
and this
cool
the
guy.
other king came in and went, "Oh, I bring you myrrh," and then the third one came in and went, "Yeah, Frank sent it." Because he didn't know frankincense.
I would like to think
"Oh,
that's brilliant writing.
mwah."
Yeah, Frank
No,
said.
Frank sent it.
Oh, yeah, sick man.
So maybe this gives some context.
Don't
but
tell anyone. Give me the cash.
Frank is
sent
definitely their dealer.
Yeah.
Frank sent this.
Frank sent it.
Sick.
All right.
I'll take that.
Remember next time you didn't see me.
The cool king.
But so the story of Blasphemous is, for me, I'm literally not giving a crap about. I almost don't look forward to talking to people because they're like, "Oh, Penitent One, the valor of this place here is sacred, and you must go here and relieve it." And I'm just like, well, "What the fuck are you on about? I don't get it. Just show me where the monsters are and let me kill them. That's what I want. Okay, that is what I want."
Well, it sounds vaguely interesting to me.
It's no. The thing is, regardless of all this mumbo jumbo religion bullshit, it's what.
No, you're right. You're right.
Go for it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
not pixel perfect hardcore. It's
Bit fun. Bit of
challenging.
fun.
It's challenging, but it's not like. And I'm someone who likes these 2D hand my ass to me games.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've died in double figures yet, and I'm 70% of the way through. The bosses are pretty
It doesn't
easy.
always have to be ridiculously
No,
hard. Yeah.
the bosses. Okay, so you could argue this is very good design, or you could argue it's not challenging design, whatever. But the bosses have very simple but well executed attack animations, so I can always read them. Like, I only die once to boss, and I'm like, "Oh, cool, they're going to swing here. I've got my little roll that has or my slide that has iframes. I can go through and attack it." All your stuff you unlock are like beads of, I don't know, fucking Shalabaluka, and then you can wear these beads of Shalabaluka. You know the beads that people have crosses on? Like, you get these different beads.
Rosary.
Yeah, but then that's the first one you get. And then it's like the beads
So
of.
it's a Catholic game.
I don't fucking know.
I knew he was going to say that. It's the only reason I asked.
I don't know. It could be. For all I know, you could get to the end and the final boss could be fucking Buddha. I don't know.
That'd be great.
Just skimming through all the religions.
I'd love that. If the final boss was Buddha.
How would you beat Buddha?
You don't. You find enlightenment. That's how you beat him. And then he's like, "You're right."
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
But you would have to fight yourself.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't. You'd have to forgive yourself and love yourself and become
just
one.
a gold statue.
He was a guy.
No, it's that cat that waves like that.
Get Gandhi. Gandhi's similar time, isn't he?
Gandhi's a similar time as
He's
Buddha.
nothing to do with religion. He's just a protester.
No,
Gandhi's not just a protester.
He was
but
He's a prophet.
What?
Gandhi's a prophet.
that would be Muhammad.
'Cause he was a real
but
man.
that's-
Which
yeah, careful on that one, mate. Careful on that one.
But no. What I should say before I get in trouble here
Yeah.
is
I think you're already.
Yeah, I
think
I'm
you're
very
there.
sure. Like you've got a long rap sheet,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Blasphemous is a good
Basically, what you've just
arcade.
been doing
It,
for
it,
that
it
past.
makes you blaspheme. It seems.
Yeah.
It make you become blasphemous by playing this game.
Hasn't given me any interest to go to look out anything. I have been Googling some stuff because they'll say something to me like, "You need to do this," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And I look at it and it's like, "I need to sacrifice myself to a totem." I'm like, "Why didn't you just fucking say that then, you dickhead?" Like, you need to go perform the
Because
act
it's
of
weird you don't know this stuff.
so like the act of, I can't remember what it's called now. And basically it meant I had to go find this weird little baby statue and cut my hand to it. And I'm like, "Well, just want you to say go find a fucking weird baby statue and cut your hand to it, not go perform the act of something ritual." Oh, I don't fucking know what that is, do I? Hey, I've got
To be
two
fair,
screens up.
That doesn't sound familiar at all. Cut your hand to a baby?
No, that's
not-
not.
Oh, and there's
that's-
these weird flying babies around that you have to break them out of cages, and they
I think you might have missed something.
and when
in
you
the game.
die, the babies bring you back. Is that anything?
No. That wouldn't
Only
be
one person
really...
comes back from the dead in the Bible.
No, the babies don't come back. The babies deliver you back into the world.
Yeah, no, that's not a Christian thing.
Maybe it's Catholic.
No,
very
that's all
Maybe
Christian.
very similar.
That's a branch of the.
Maybe
That's
it's
all the same.
atheist.
What's that?
It's what?
Atheist.
Yeah.
They're the ones who really believe in Athena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in Zeus.
No,
Or,
it's just Athena.
Just Athena. She's pretty cool, right?
She's hot, isn't she?
Pretty banging, to be honest.
Yeah.
I want a god, I want a plough.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So I've chosen Athena.
There's an image of her. What's God look like? No one fucking knows. So nonsense that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Athena, so many statues.
Exactly. Easy.
Loads.
So many.
I mean,
You actually have something to imagine.
Where are the statues of God?
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
Hang on.
Where
I'm
are
sorry.
the statues of
There
God?
are loads because it's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So any statue of Jesus is actually a statue of
Oh,
God.
here we go.
Oh,
So
Inception.
there is-
God
no,
inside of
I
God.
had this argument recently. 'Cause someone was like, I was like, Jesus is God too, and they're like, no, he's a son of God. Yeah, but he's also God.
It's the
'Cause
Father,
God,
Son, and the
and
Holy
also
Ghost.
God's in everything.
Yeah,
That's the whole point. He's everywhere.
He's not.
he's omnipotent. He is
Yeah.
everywhere and everything.
Only if you believe in him. I don't let him into me because I don't.
Don't let him in.
But you said I don't let him in, so therefore you must believe in him
Yeah.
to stop him from coming
I'm
in.
like,
so
no, thank you,
therefore,
God. No, thank you. And
No.
he's like, ah, fair
No,
enough.
he does.
You don't believe in me.
Comes
So-
knocking every
honest,
night, and I go, go fucking somewhere else, mate. Will ya? Go knock on someone else's door.
Well, you know God. You know God.
yeah.
Fuck him, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
They are Jehovah Witnesses are God, aren't they, in person? So you just tell them to fuck off.
That's not
No.
Jehovah's Witness. They believe that someone has seen God.
They believe some silly ass
I
shit.
can't
I'll be
remember his
honest.
name either.
I'll be honest, like, over the summer, we had some Jehovah Witness knock on the door.
Let's
Yeah.
not
And
do
before-
this.
I'm
Let's
saying,
save this for the Patreon podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot we're still in the podcast.
I'm just thinking,
So,
before
Blasphemous.
this goes too far,
Yeah.
and
Blasphemous, it's a game Lewis played.
Blasphemous
He
is
was
good.
X on it.
right,
I'm gonna
so,
finish it this summer.
Let me talk
This-
about.
Can you hurry up? I need to pee so bad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish because you've done your last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So
God and all friends.
So basically, two I want to talk about at the very end. One really quickly, right, which is a game I got sent yesterday from Lewis and his Magic. Send me a code text. It's for
It
the
was a
Switch.
good game, wasn't it? Well, I say that, I
Like
don't.
some magic codes, please.
So it's the Sinking City. No, yes, that's right. The Sinking City from Frogwares.
Atlantis.
No.
It's
This is H.P. Lovecraft, so it is Cthulhu. It's that whole mythos.
Catholic.
But what's really quite interesting, and the bit I'm struggling with, because I only got this last night, so I played a little bit of it,
Yeah.
but so far it is pretty much the same as the start of Call of Cthulhu, which came out earlier this year.
Right.
And Call of the Cthulhu had
You go to
a
town,
really
everyone's
bad
weird.
problem later on where it's basically just a quick time event. Once you learn the pattern, you'll get there. There are some really annoying bits, but they did the beginning story better than these guys have done the beginning story. The graphics are completely different. Call of Cthulhu
Yeah.
is far better than this. This is like a early PS3 game going through. So at the moment, I'm sort of like,
It's a 35 quid game. I was surprised.
it's 35 quid. Yeah, no, I haven't played a bit. I'm sorry, 35
Sound
quid.
good?
No, not for 35. Not
Yeah.
from what I've taken from it so far as 35 quid.
So if you had to rate it from worst game ever to best game ever, is it worst game or best game?
It's
Go on, make that decision. Black or white?
worst game. If now I've heard the price, only because it was
Far
not
too expensive.
It's far too expensive for
Yeah.
that. Far too expensive.
How would you price it?
Around probably the 12, 13 quid mark.
Okay. So less than
From
half.
what I've experienced so
Yeah.
far.
Okay, that's fair.
So, but you
You'll
know,
have more
I
on it next week,
will
probably, won't you?
more on it next week once I've gone more into it. But so far, it's a story based puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, not investigation game. I'm not going to call it puzzle. You go around, you click on stuff, and then you turn up someone else and goes, "Oh wow, you solved that case," and I'm like, "Did I?" Brilliant.
What fun.
What did I find? You found the helmet. I found lots of helmets. Did you see that guy over there? He was a
I've got a
helmet.
whole cupboard
This
full of
must be a
helmets.
Catholic story.
Okay, another one. Now, this isn't an indie game, but seeing as this is what
This
we
your
played
last
over the
one?
summer, this is the last one.
The pee is in my urethra.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, I love board games, and a game I got addicted to ages ago was Civilization Revolution.
Yes.
It's an Xbox game, and oh my god, I spent hours on that game. Now, Luke, a mate of mine, got in touch and went, "Oh, I bought Civ 6. Dude, you've got to buy this."
PC.
I've lost. No, this is on Switch.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
Oh, it's on all of them, but I've got it. I got it on Switch. So fucking good.
Interesting. All right.
So good.
I'm surprised to play that on Switch seems wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it works. It's brilliant.
That's awesome.
You've got so much depth, so much detail. It's all turn-based, but like Civ is.
Is it Revolution? You said.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better than Revolution.
Yes, because it's got the depth that Revolution was missing. So
Right.
Revolution was good because it introduced you to it. It was nice and quick and pacey, and you had your fights, and it was like, yeah, I'm loving
Good
this.
fun, yeah.
And this still has that pace to it, but you can go in depth. You can then be like, right, I'm playing this type of character. I need to go down the science tree, but you can then control how the arts are going to be built and taken forwards, or how you're going to research scientists, or your politics, or the lot. And it's...
I've never played Civ, ever.
Yeah.
Is Civ SimCity, but way more advanced?
No.
Right,
No.
okay.
Where
It's a lot more
you're building a
political.
civilization, and it is a
I
lot
know
more
it's an
political.
RTS. Mainly.
I would say it's more strategy
No,
than it
because
is.
it's not really. It's
not
'cause
real
it's turn
time,
based.
yeah.
Oh.
It's not real time.
No.
It's turn based. So you got your turn. You plan where you're going to go, how you move these things around.
It is
where
a
they're
great
gonna go,
game
and
if
then you move
you're
around.
into that game. If you're into that kind of game, you like that kind
Oh.
of game. It is incredible.
And the politics
I'm alright.
side, I think you would
I
fucking
think you'd
love
like
this
it.
game.
But it's,
Only because even on when it's the other person's turn, you're not just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, because they're making deals with
Well,
you,
if I
looking
ever
at
play it, I'll
trades.
record it for you guys.
it's very much. It's probably the best adaptation. I know it's not actually a board game, but it's the best.
It is a board game.
Oh, it's originally a board game.
Yes, Civilization is a board
I didn't
game.
realise
Sid
that.
Meier's
I didn't
did a
know
board
that.
game. There's also computer games, but it is a board game. There's a new version as well that
Board
I
game
would
better
avoid.
or video game better?
Video games better because they do a lot of the hardest shit of moving bits around and
Yeah.
keeping track
Right,
of
I suppose
everything.
you'd have to do
In,
it
It's
yourself.
harder to do on the board
Yeah.
game.
The most-
It keeps track of that.
Yeah.
Whereas on a board game, you have to.
I really want to play Risk all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The most hours I put into a Sid Meier's game was Sid Meier's Pirates. I used to fucking
Yeah.
love that at university.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of
It's
thing.
the same sort of thing.
Very political. Like my mate used to watch you play it, and he's like, "You're just moving a pirate ship around," and I'm like, "Because I've got to go to ports, I've got to
I was busy.
barter."
There was
And
one point during this game I was busy building an art, trying to secretly build an army while keeping peace with England. I was France
Alright,
at this point,
Palpatine.
right? I'm building this army, keeping a treaty going with England while we both fought Rome.
Classic France.
Except I wasn't actually fighting Rome. I had spies in England, and then at the point that England were like, "Yes, I'm going to go," and they sent their troops into Rome, I can attack from the side. I took out Leeds and Birmingham, though I gave Birmingham back pretty quick because it's Birmingham, and Manchester, and
not even EGX was better.
and I was no,
Yeah.
and I've sunk so many hours into it
You should
already.
stream that. That sounds like a fun
It's
watch.
just, I would, but I get so lost in it that it would be a
Complete-
stream
Maybe
of me.
record it and
On the
integrate it.
Xbox Game Pass now, they've just dropped Age of Empire Gold Editions.
Yes,
The new
yeah,
ones.
I saw that.
I'm looking forward to playing that game.
I'm hoping they're going to put the Warhammer ones on there. The
Warhammer Tactics is on there now.
Yeah, no, the other one.
Age of.
What's it called? The one with that we
Dawn
jumped
of War.
onto at Thingy.
Oh, you mean just War? It's just Warhammer.
No, it's
No, it wasn't, it wasn't.
Oh,
Warhammer-
Total War.
Total War.
Total War, yeah,
I hope they
that's it,
sit
yeah.
Total
down
War
there
Warhammer.
Yeah.
because we were hilarious.
So
I
when
was
dinosaurs running
horrendous
into
at that.
people and just.
I was just trying to
We
get the
had no
dinosaur
idea what to do.
thing. Yeah, I was trying to get
There
the
was this
do
little
stuff.
thing there, and it was obviously for people who played the game before, and we hadn't
Yes,
played.
it was
And we're like,
very confusing. I didn't know anything I was doing.
Anything else you want to add before we go on to?
Hopefully
Yeah, let's add some more. No,
I'm
done.
honestly so close to pissing my pants.
Well, guys, if that is it, that wraps up this
Then you're going to be playing that game.
this episode of the Indie Credible podcast.
Yes, of course.
Thank you guys for
yeah.
stopping by. It's been a pleasure having you here. Sorry
It's
that we
been
did
great.
take a bit of a break. You have to wait till we finish, man.
Mate, you've got to say bye.
Bye.
Yep. We, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching it all with us. Sorry it was slightly different because we've done the news and all things like that. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll run this for a little while. Maybe we go news first. We go.
So then,
see
yeah,
how-
go.
So it goes for a little while. Next week we were talking about games we need to play, recommend to each other going into the big game of the year. It gives us a couple of months to get through the games. But anyway, that is it, guys. Thank you for stopping by. We are available on all podcast services, and we are available on Patreon. If you like the show and you want to get exclusive pre- and post-show content, we're going to go and probably get all sorts of religion. I'm going to get all sorts of religious stuff wrong in a minute on Patreon. If you want to go
do a quiz,
see that, then then by all means do so. $1 a month over on patreon.com/IndieCredible gets you to do that. But it's been amazing, guys. Thank you for stopping by.
Okay.
Patreon, stick around.
Yeah, stick around.
I should actually say sorry.
Oh, are you sorry?
With me as always, because I didn't say at the beginning.
Oh, it's Dan,
is,
that Dice Bear, he's on everything.
Dan.
Yes. What's up, Woody on Twitter? Tom, Shrieking Prophet. Let's go. Bye.